This week, we're taking a look at a traditional open-world Chinese
既然
RPG.
是规矩，我自当遵循。
他看起来似乎不是在开玩笑。
Got traditional voice
那
actors.
名术门，岂不真的有神族弟子？
That's okay. Let's see where the storyline's taking us.
师姐，这是我的房间。
Senior sister.
哦，是的。
Now, how the heck she gonna be your senior sister? She look like she's 14. Oh, okay. You just gonna sit down on that flat-ass bed? It looks hard as a rock.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
What are you doing, step bro? What the heck?
Let's hang on to those never-ending days of summer, here on the Big Farm.
And this is our review of...
Sword and Fairy, together forever!
I'd like to thank the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game prior to its release.
It was developed by Softstar and CMG Studio. It was published by
East Asia Soft!
I'd actually love to review more material from this publisher. The game released on August 4th to the PlayStation 4 and 5 consoles for the price of $39.99 with an optional premium edition and physical releases planned for later next year. Okay, I know what I said. I'd be on summer break till the fall. But I've been looking forward to this release for the last year. And I couldn't just let this one slip by because I was on break or something. The Chinese mythology-based action RPG, Sword and Fairy, Together Forever, is a totally brand new standalone entry that has been available now for the PS5 and PS4 console platforms. This series actually began back in 1995. The Sword and Fairy RPG series has captured the hearts and imagination of Chinese-speaking players for decades. Although I missed the 2019 PS4 release of Sword and Fairy 6, now I'm kind of looking at going back and giving it a run-through to see what I'd missed. But now, we've got the modern power of the PlayStation 5, and Sword and Fairy Together Forever advances the mechanics and graphics and presentation into the next generation. This standalone RPG, although resembles titles like Final Fantasy, it's got a very unique Eastern charm to it. I'm thrilled that East Asia Soft is signed off to publish this one to help bring it into more Western living rooms and new audiences worldwide. The game is currently available in 2 digital versions. You got the standard and premium editions, which the standard edition rolls out at about $40. And for your niche collector types, the premium edition rocks a $50 price point and adds a digital soundtrack, dynamic themes for you PS4 players, and 4 avatars. Now, who the hell wants that? The physical editions are set to be released in North America retailers in early 2023, with the Super Psycho Fanboy Premium Collector's Edition starting in about $100 for your limited edition little trinkets that you can set on your shelf and display to your coworkers. These physical items are scheduled to be produced in partnership with Serenity Forge, and European physical releases will follow at a later date. Suckers. Alright, so what's this game about anyway? You, the player character, enter a realm that blends ancient mythology with traditional oriental aesthetics, weaving a tale between the 3 clans of human, deity, and demon. You can switch between multiple memorable characters, each with unique personalities, motives, skills, strengths, and weaknesses. Only together, they can shape the future. Whatever.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
The game introduces dynamic real-time combat mechanics with total freedom of movement and fluid screen-filling animations, which I've seen before in Final Fantasy-style action RPGs, but never so much with this level of Eastern style. The gameplay allows you to switch between your playable characters and use their different skill sets to conquer enemy AI. Along the way, you can also meet and care for spirit creatures that will aid you in your journey. There's tons of lush interconnected environments. You get to equip your party with new skills skills, play mini-games, and much more as you explore this beautifully crafted action role-playing epic, including exclusive outfits and weapons to further enhance your experience, buddy. Okay, so that's all I have for the promo talk. Let's talk about what this game has to offer. Although I found the gameplay to be somewhat repetitious, with the normal amount of side quests that are given as normal fetch quests and go defeat this terrible enemy that's annoying village. The game sports a deep and compelling storyline, and although completely vocally spoken in Mandarin Chinese, it was enough to keep my 13-year-old glued to the TV for hours, and may have ended up playing further into the storyline than what I had at the time of this recording. The combat execution uses the typical Devil May Cry style combat system, with a few unlockable spells and skill sets that you pick up along the way. I was surprised that almost every NPC in the villages had something to say, even though most disposable sub-roles were not voice acted and added very little to my storyline. The cutscenes were long and drawn out, giving depth to some of the epic battles and the meaning to some of the main storyline pieces, like why everyone is so hell-bent on the Golden Child being the savior of the dynasty. I tended to find myself distracted during these cutscenes and used them as restroom breaks, whereas my son was more drawn into the game during these sequences. Go figure. Now, the game doesn't really shatter 3D open-world RPG standards by any means, but it does present the world in a very traditional and stylized Chinese presentation that's not really found in most Western-developed games. It reminded me of growing up in the 90s and having to import a lot of my games through mail order just to play those non-Western RPGs. Obviously, East Asia Soft feels the exact same way, and I'm super thrilled that they're still porting stuff like this over to us, and I'll be eager to finish this storyline in the coming weeks. I'm going back on vacation now, and we'll start reviewing again closer to the winter holidays. The Sword and Fairy, together forever, left the farm with 4 beans out of 5. Yep, well, that wraps up that review right there. Here's some notes I took where I put the keys to the tractor. So, you know, we make these new review videos every week, so if you're an indie developer or there's something you want to see...
Yay, Peppa Pig!
That ain't happening. Let us know your thoughts and recommendations in the comments down below. Alright, and there we go, the end of the video. Alright, so we got this one more Fire Girl one to do. Other than that, we're going on summer break. We'll see you back here in the fall for some more Bean Farm reviews. Safe out there. We'll see you next time on the farm.
This is what I sound like when I'm 12.